And first up right now, the number of investigations into former New Britain Mayor Erin Stewart is just getting bigger.
The Attorney General sent her a subpoena looking for more information about a charitable fund.
And tonight, your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, was actually the first to break this major development today. She's live now in Hartford with new information. Susan?
Mark, Erin Stewart is being investigated by the FBI, the Connecticut State Police, and now Connecticut's Attorney General. At issue is a charity in the mayor's name. And what's raising suspicions is that same charity has a separate checking account. Connecticut's Attorney General and the Department of Consumer Protection are now investigating Erin Stewart's handling of charity assets. It's the latest blow to Stewart, whose political aspirations imploded last month. At issue are two bank accounts with identical names for the same charity. One was managed by the Foundation of Greater New Britain. The other was a checking account, which the foundation had no control. Attorney General William Tong has sent a letter to Erin Stewart, the Community Foundation of Greater New Britain, and M&T Bank. Tong says you are hereby commanded to produce all documents in connection with the Mayor's Trophy Charitable Fund and the possible handling of and accounting for charitable gifts. Stewart's troubles are mounting. An independent investigation found she spent more than $200,000 on her city credit card, and a majority of purchases were for personal use. We asked Governor Lamont if she should face criminal charges. If she's willing to pay the money back, is that enough?
Look, I feel bad for a young woman who I think made some terrible mistakes. Now it's up to the courts to see what the right jurisdiction is.
We reached out a few times today to Erin Stewart's attorney. We have not heard back. We also reached out to M&T Bank. They did respond. They say they have received the subpoena and they are reviewing it. Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, Channel 3, live at the state capitol in Hartford tonight.